Now, Wano. Where would I put Wano? Hello, I'm just going to quickly do a One Piece arc tier list. My last upload was all about why I got into One Piece and why potentially you should watch One Piece. So I thought maybe I'll just quickly give you a quick overview on my thoughts on the arcs. I'm not going to go too deep into them. I just want to give you a quick summary of how I felt about the arcs, and if you agree or disagree with any of my opinions here, just let me know. Now, there is a lot of arcs here, so I want to get through this as quick as possible. So I'm just going to almost I'm going to try and rapid fire it and just spitball it as fast as I can, because otherwise it's going to just turn into a really long video. I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that. I just want to fucking list them out. Bing, bang, bosh, let's go. So, starting with, as you can see, already set it up perfectly. I've got Long Ring Long Land at the bottom. Let's just put it in there. I knew that in anticipation. Where is it? There it is. Crap. Stay down there. It honestly was terrible. Skypiea, B, gets a lot of hate, undeservedly so. I think it starts to find its feet after the slow start. Yeah, okay. But it does find its feet. It does do, it sets up quite a good job for the world building in that area. And people say to skip it. Don't listen to that shit. Watch it. Honestly, it is good. It genuinely is good. Little Garden, D. Apart from the Vikings, everything else was terrible. So moving on, Whiskey Peak, that is also not very good. That's the yeah, that's where Zoro's just fighting people, isn't it? Which is like, it gets stale so quick. Reverse Mountain. Now this is pretty much like the start of the Grand. This is going into the Grand Line. Pretty interesting little interaction with the whale there. Yeah, Laboon, pretty cool. I'll put that in C. I thought it's better than the other two. So yeah, C feels fair, in my opinion. Logtown, B. Thought Logtown was pretty good. I think Logtown did a really good job of setting like the levels for the Grand Line, because you had Smoko, who was pretty much like saying to Luffy the entire way, like, you're not ready. Arlong Park, A. Easy A. This was the first time that I started to thoroughly enjoy One Piece. I think from the pre-time skip, it's definitely one of the strongest. It still holds up well. The villain was pretty... I liked Arlong. I thought getting the Nami backstory was nice. Overall, just a really good, solid arc. Baratie. C. C, it was good. Like, the Sanji backstory stuff was good, but the rest of it I just didn't really like. That villain, Don Krieg. I don't know if that's the right villain now off the top of my head, but I just didn't really like him. It was a bit boring, that stuff. But yeah, yeah, the Sanji stuff was good, like I said, but I can't put it any higher. Yeah, I'm gonna put Syrup Village in E. Honestly, Usopp's backstory was definitely the weakest out of like the crew, so again, I just didn't enjoy it. I think a lot of the pre-time skip was a little bit hit or miss for me. Like, not as much so with the post-time skip. A lot of it, I liked a lot more the post-time skip. There obviously is good pre-time skip, but it's a lot less consistent for me with the pre-time skip stuff. But the human was better. I'll give it that. Reverie, A. Short and sweet package, does what it needs to do. It's brilliant. So going on to Orange Town, E. It's D or E? We'll say D. Yeah, we'll say D for now. Buggy was the only good thing about Orange. Probably not the only good thing. I really liked Buggy in Orange Town. The thing is with Buggy, he's hit or miss for me. Sometimes he'll show up in arcs. I'm thinking of one specific arc right now. I'm just like, stop. I don't want you here. You're ruining this for me. But yeah, D. Zoe, A. The thing is with Zoe, it was good. It had really good moments, but it was just behind two good really arcs, so it was never really going to compete with them, unfortunately. Dressrosa. This is A or S. The length of Dressrosa's was making me think about A, but overall, it is such a good arc. It's just so, it goes on for so long. There's a part of like the paintings. They're like fighting on a boat with the painting shit, and it was like, oh, this is making me want to actually rip my fucking eyeballs out. It's so bad. But then you have Doflamingo, one of my favorite antagonist. He's so good overall, and this is his arc really, so that's why I'm going to put it in S. But the length and some bits of it could have dragged that down to A and maybe even B. But yeah, I'll put it in an S because honestly I really liked it. Punk Hazard, B, C. C. Good moments. The Law sword swipe was really nice. Seeing Smoker again, he was one of my favourite characters actually for a long time. But yeah, there's a lot of crap moments in it, and yeah, I can't put it any higher realistically. Fishman Island, E. D. E. Yeah, no, E. I said in my video before, my two least favourite arcs were Long Wing Long Land and Fishman Island. Sticking with that. That whole plot point with Sanji having a nosebleed because the women in the area were just too attractive for him, so it just kept happening, and oh god, it was so bad. I really didn't like that. But there were some good moments. There was a lore drop in there, a name. At the time, it wouldn't have meant too much to you, but you know, you wouldn't have been absolutely fucking shivering in excitement over it. But that being said, it is still really important, and it's going to have a future role for the future arcs coming up as well. So it's definitely going to have an importance for that. Return to Shabadi, B, C. It was a flex. It was a flex arc. Like, nothing really happened in it. It was inoffensive because you can't dislike it, but there's nothing too much to like about it. It was just the characters going, look how tough we are now, which is it's fine. We'll take that, you know. It's not bad. Post-war. I really like post-war. I think that's a B, pushing A. I'm going to say B. Because it came off the back of a really strong arc, and it was kind of what we needed, to be fair. And I think everything in it was good. I'm really hyping it up, so I should really be putting it in an A now. Ooh, where do I put it? Where do I put it? I said this is going to be quickfire, and I'm already fucking hesitating. Yeah, we'll go. No, we're not going to go with that. Zone 9S, fucking chill out, Zoe. We'll go with that. We'll go with that without. I don't know if I'm fully happy with that, but we're going to go with that. Impel Down, B. Yeah, B. Good moments. Mainly the end. Overall, not a bad arc, not a fantastic arc. It was just there. Bon Clay really did save this arc for me because goddamn, he is a Chad. The chattiest of Chads. Amazon Lily, C. Another, how I say, an inoffensive, again I used that earlier, an inoffensive arc. Again, is one of those arcs, like I mentioned earlier, off the back of a big one where you kind of need it, you know, you need to slow the pace down a bit. There's some funny moments as well. The start, especially with the mushrooms, that was funny. Yeah, good art. Again, can't put it any higher than a C though, in my opinion. Romance Dawn, that's literally just Shanks and Luffy's like little like backstory episodes, isn't it? A. Surely? Can't put that in S. But it is good. Short and sweet. B. Oh man, I'm wavering too much. It's so short. It's like Reverie. Yep. There we go. It's like Reverie. Put it with Reverie. Fine. We'll do that. Shabadi Archipelago. S. This caught me off guard so much because I hadn't heard anyone speak about Shabadi. And I was just, yeah, it was like a sucker punch out of nowhere. No one had mentioned to me how good Shabadi was. So that ending was really emotional, and we got introduced to a lot of characters, new characters, the whole like new generation, the worst generation, I should say, and we got to see a little bit of a previous generation. So yeah, it was just a really solid arc, and it was one of the biggest surprises for me. So it's gonna stay an S. So sorry if you don't agree with me on that one. Thriller Barks, D. The end of Thriller Bark, fantastic. The rest of it shouldn't have even existed. Like honestly, what the hell was Gecko Moria? His Devil Fruit was cool, but he himself looked like some sort of like a Nightmare Before Christmas kind of fucking villain. Wasn't vibing with it. It was trying to be like a comedy. The whole Sanji with the clear fruit aspect was just, again, like, why did they do this to Sanji, man? So yeah, Thriller Bark, some stinky characters in there, staying down in D, unfortunately. Post Enies Lobby. Nice. Again, it's one of those short and sweet. You get what you want from it. B. We have a nice reunion. We get some development on like the world and the lore. We get some name drops that we didn't know about. Some new positions of like pirate rankings, I suppose, if you like, which is kind of opens up like a whole new branch for One Piece, and that's a lot of credit for an arc in B actually. Really enjoyable arc, and it wasn't too long as well, so it got the job done. Very nice. Moving on. Enies Lobby. This is controversial. I do not like Enies Lobby that much. That much. I think it's good since I put it in B. It's like a really good shonen kind of arc, and that's what it is, but it's not gonna make your jaw drop like potentially some of the ones a little bit later they're gonna talk about. We got our first power up, if you like, for Luffy, which is really cool to see. I just thought some of the minor fights on the side were too long, man. They were taking too long. I have this issue where like Luffy's fight is always the most interesting, and One Piece is this thing where it's showing you all the other fights for far too long. So yeah, that's just how I feel about Enies Lobby. If you don't agree, I'm sorry. Water 7. A lot of people connect these two together. I'm gonna put that in C because I thought, again, I just wasn't really fucking with it, you know. Like I wasn't really enjoying the Tom. It is Tom, isn't it? Tom and Frankie like backstory stuff that much. It just wasn't for me, unfortunately. But still fine. I wasn't like angry with it or anything. Jaya. Where up at Jaya? Where up at Jaya? B? I think Jaya's pretty good. Yeah, really good. I'm gonna put it in B. It's gonna stay in B probably, even if I do a little quick rejig at the end. Drum Island, C. Good moments, good backstory. Really good backstory. Wapol, I don't like him as a villain. He's so yucky. Yeah, I don't like that one. I think that was his name anyway. The one with the jaw thing. I think B might be a bit more of a popular opinion for it, but this is my opinion. It's staying in C. Sorry. Alabasta. Alabasta's an A. Pushing S. It's top of this A. I know it's an S for a lot of people. I know someone whose favourite arc is Alabasta, which is like insane to me when you got some other arcs out there. But yeah, Alabasta's really good. It's like a really good self-contained story in a way. If someone was to just, reanimate this in 2024 standard and just have it as its own story, it would slap. It's like a really good shonen story. I just didn't like the setting too much. I think that was my only critique of it. Everything else was banging. Introduced to my favourite character, Ace. Yeah, some really good moments in there. Smoker was there as well. Yeah, just overall good vibes for Alabasta. Really enjoyed that one. Now the three arguably biggest one, yeah, Whole Cake Island. Big arc, chunky arc, as chunky as Big Mom's. Big arc, genuinely is a big arc. But it was fantastic. It was great. Sanji backstory, man. It was unexpected, really emotional. Really developed that character a lot. To the point where it makes me so angry when I keep seeing him have nosebleeds now. Because it's like, he's a fantastic character. He's arguably one of the best written characters for the crew. And then you're just fucking him over and constantly, why? Why'd you do this to me, Toei? Why? But yeah. Anyway. The only bad thing about Whole Cake Island, that slow start that it has with like Luffy and Nami when they're lost in the forest, that was fucking that got old quickly. But, rest of it, slaps, banging, staying in S, not moving it from S, staying there. Marineford and Wano. Now, I already said in my previous video, Marineford is my favourite arc. It is. I think it's the best. I think it concludes the first saga. It felt like it. It was so good. It was... Man, I don't want to speak about it too much, because for people that haven't seen it, I just want them to experience Marineford. Like, you just need to. Like, it's so good. So I think Marineford and Wano are like the two fan favourite arcs. Like, it's always between them two. What's your favourite arc? That's usually... One of the two is usually the most common answer. Now, Wano. Where would I put Wano? I gotta be truthful. It is second favorite arc. It is fantastic. It really is. It has one of the best reveals and definitely one of the best power-ups for sure. Yeah, the whole Wano, like the fact that it got split up into 3 acts just shows how big it was. It's definitely one of the bigger boys as well, like your Dressrosas, Whole Cakes, and Wano. That ending section was amazing. A lot of the bigger arcs, they have things that weigh them down a bit. So that's, I don't want to put... I was thinking about maybe not putting one of these 4 in S, but I think that might be a little bit too disfaithful because they are all amazing arcs. I couldn't do that to them. So yeah, I think this is, I'm happy with this tier list. I'm pretty happy with this, yeah. Just gonna quickly scan over it. You know what? I'm happy with that. Yep, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I tried to go through that pretty quick. Sorry if it was too quick. I just wanted to just, you know, get the job done, get my point across, and just show you how I felt about all these arcs. So yeah, thanks for watching.